Hello once again, Nerds of the Nintendo Universe. Nerdieo here back, and I'm actually really excited to bring you guys some Cave Story news because, surprisingly, you guys have shown an interest into Cave Story. Like, that's absolutely awesome. Many of you know that it's my favorite game of all time, so seeing that you guys actually have an interest in this game is absolutely awesome. And real recently, the cause came out with more news on the Switch version of Cave Story Plus. Best thing about this is that they say this is the definitive version of Cave Story, and I think that's absolutely awesome to hear that this is like the finished, complete version of Cave Story. I think that's beautiful, honestly, because Cave Story already had enough for me as it was, so seeing that they're adding more stuff to this is absolutely great. And while this isn't something a part of what they announced, they did announce earlier that there will be local multiplayer on the Switch version of Cave Story. Now, I'm just going to talk about this real quick. Whether this is local co-op or whether it is multiplayer on the challenges is up in the air. But if it is co-op, I would like to say that I would love for there to be a quote and curly co-op like Cave Story version. The only thing I say that it should be its own version is because if you play the original Cave Story, you would know that you don't unlock Curly until further in the game, maybe about a good solid 15%. That's only if you're going through the true ending route. And there are some areas where Curly like pops from one place to another, so whether or not you would have to like wait, like expect her there or not, would be pretty weird. But if they do manage to make it work, that would be great, because with their own version, maybe they could revise it a little to where both Curly and Quote wake up in the cave. That'd be great. But other than that, it'd be pretty weird, especially since one of the endings involves, well, Curly dying. Which isn't a spoiler. Cave Story is over 10 years old. You had 10 years to play this game. There's no such thing as a spoiler. But anyways, that's my whole opinion on the co-op stuff. Now let's get into the new things that Nicholas recently announced. So, one of the new things that they said, new challenges are coming, which if you guys don't know, there were challenges post-game that you could do. One of the more fun ones was a boss rush, to where you could fight every single boss in Cave Story with the weapons of your choice, checkpoints to heal yourself and all that. It was really fun. I absolutely enjoyed it. But you had to beat the true ending in order to get that one, so yeah. They also say that there will be more gameplay options and enhancements, which I'm really happy to see this, because the 3DS version wasn't exactly so great. But not as in the whole story-wise, but as far as the graphical side of it. Now, a lot of people would say, it's a 16-bit game, how could you complain about graphics? That's not what I mean. What I mean is how it came out, because although the graphics do look great on 3DS, especially since they made the 16-bit original version in 3D, the menu, like the main menu on the top screen, it glitches out. There are like white bars that'll sometimes appear. Although very thin, they do appear. Also, the game does crash on 3DS. While I was streaming it, the game crashed on me 2-3 times throughout the entire playthrough, and it was weird. It was really weird. I thought there was something wrong with my 3DS, but nope. It's just Cave Story, and that's how it runs. So, seeing how this is going to be on a Nintendo main console, I think, or I say console with a quote because I know people will get mad at me for that. I'm really happy to see that they will say that this will be like the kind of stuff they're fixing. Other things they say they will include are more levels, and I'm confused on this, whether they mean challenge levels, which is probably what it's going to be, or story levels, which would be what I want. Sorry about that, I'm sick. But I would love more story levels, because there's a lot of places you can go in Cave Story. There really is a lot of places you could visit, a lot of NPCs you could talk to. You could really discover a lot about Cave Story just by talking to the NPCs. Like, you're just dropped in a cave and then you go out. And then you could, like, depending on how curious you are with the NPCs, you can make this game extremely immersive. And seeing how they're going to add more stuff like levels, especially to the story, if that's what they mean, that'd be absolutely awesome. I'd love to talk to more NPCs and stuff. Get a little bit more background around Quote, maybe, instead of just he was a fighting robot in the past. That'd be cool. They also say more graphical improvements. And a bigger thing, free content updates as well as bonuses that they are not going to reveal yet. I think that's absolutely awesome. I would love to see what these bonuses are. First of all, I think this game was great enough. We had access to the soundtrack, we had many options with Cave Story Plus, challenges, Curly's story, which is when Quote and Curly swap places, like you play as Curly and Quote is your partner, and he talks. And then Quote's story, which is the regular version of Cave Story. So seeing how they're going to add more content to this game is just absolutely amazing. I hope they do add more stuff that was just as cool as Curly's story. As well as bonuses yet to be revealed. Bonuses, I feel like they're going to be something small, like maybe like the jukebox, which is basically the game soundtrack on your game. I feel like they're going to be small things like that, but I really hope they do add a lot to this stuff, because Nicalis, they do know that Cave Story is one of their biggest games. So I really hope that they go all out with this definitive version of Cave Story. It'd be great. Anyways, I'm sorry I rambled on this game a lot. This is my favorite game of all time, so it should have been expected. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched all 6 freaking minutes of this. If you guys like this video, please do click that like button. If you guys want to stay more updated with more Cave Story news, hopefully I can say that, please do click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, Nerdieo is out.